Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to another episode of Happy Chirp. Today I have with me Sumaya from the blog Girl in the Twin Cities. Maybe some of you know about her. Hi Sumaya, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, I'm also very excited. मैंने सुमैया को मैसेज किया था कि I would love to have you on my podcast. एक तो I love their blog, and then there's a story about Sumaya that I really wanted her to put out there for the rest of us. So I messaged her. So she didn't reply for a couple of days. And I thought maybe she doesn't like me and doesn't want to come.
No, that's just me being lazy. That has nothing to do with you.
But then I got a response. So, I'm very glad to have you here.
I'm very glad to be here as well.
First things first. You have a blog, Girls in the Twin Cities.
I do.
It's with your sister and your cousins and your 4 girls who have that blog, right?
Yes, so it's me, my sister, my elder sister, and 2 of my cousins. And we just talk about everything there is to talk about. We talk about fashion, we talk about our lifestyles, we talk about women-related issues, we talk about Star Plus ke drama, literally everything on the earth we talk about. And it's been a lot of fun.
How did it start?
Honestly, it started just like this. We were sitting having chai, a conversation, and Instagram addiction is a very real thing. We spend a lot of time on Instagram. So we were like, why not? Let's start a blog. And it was actually Leila and Dure who are in the blog with me. Unka idea tha to start. And when we started, we had no idea what we were doing. We didn't have like a theme of like the content we wanted to post or like the feed or anything like that. We were just posting random stuff, and then a week in we were like, acha nahi, if we're going to do this, we need to do it properly. We need to show who we are as best as we can, because some things you don't want to show and you can't show. And we came up with a vision, and we're here today.
So how long ago was this?
That was June 2019, so 2 years.
It hasn't been a lot of time.
It hasn't been.
लेकिन बहुत अच्छा blog है. आप लोगों की aesthetics और pictures and everything is on point.
Thank you so much.
I discovered it last year, I think, and I was like, wow, these girls are doing like an excellent job, and I was like, follow this. I even remember telling my husband कि देखें, look at them, कितना अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं ये लोग.
It honestly means a lot. When we hear that, people think like हम ऐਵੇਂ ही मतलब बस एक smile और thank you कह रहे हैं, but it's kind of like your brainchild, and to hear that it resonates with people is a really big thing.
But before you started this with your sister and cousins, you had your own thing as well going, right? वो क्या था?
So I am obsessed with makeup. I really enjoy how I use it as a form of art. I really enjoy how it like transforms a person's face. And मेरी अम्मी उसको बहुत लाल पीला नीला मेकअप कहती हैं, पर मैं बहुत लाल पीला नीला मेकअप करती हूँ. So a few years ago, I started randomly posting all the makeup I did on myself and on my friends. And there was no set rhyme or reason. I never intended it to be like a
Makeup
blogging
blog.
thing or a makeup blog. But then I started getting people messages ki like, acha, do you do appointments? Can you do my makeup for a shadi or for like this event? I was like, okay, try karte hain, why not? So I started doing that. I did that for a bit. And then life came in between of that. And then COVID happened and I stopped taking appointments. And since then, it's just been me, a camera, and like my passion.
So like makeup blogging in a way. Yeah. So you're an artistic person.
I'm definitely more of an artistic person than a
Non-artist,
sciencey
sciencey.
person.
हाँ सही है. Right. No, I've seen your makeup. Very nice. सही. So one of the things that you told me before starting the podcast was an initiative called Auratul Hukuk, right? So can you tell us about that?
So Aurat aur Hukuk is basically.
अच्छा, it's Aurat aur Hukuk. हाँ.
What did you say?
हाँ नहीं ठीक है.
हाँ नहीं, it's Aurat aur Hukuk. It's basically me and Dure, who's been a big influence in my life when it comes to I don't want to call it activism because it's not. It's just a part of life. But she's been a really big influence in helping me realize how important it is to raise your voice wherever you can. So we both started this thing, which was basically bringing awareness about women's rights. It has a bigger plan that will one day happen, where we have resources to help women deal with the issues they go through, whether it's like domestic abuse, whether it's personal mental health issues, whether they're not able to get like equal opportunities in life, anything like that. That will, inshallah, one day be a part of it. But right now, it's just um, us talking about things that happen in the world, injustices that happen to women, which are way too common. And I feel like they have happened throughout history. It's just now that we're talking about them, we're
Yes.
shedding a light on them. तो लोगों को realize हो रहा है कि कितना ज़्यादा होता है. And our entire purpose is to leave a mark on at least one person where they realize that, oh, that's a reality of life and it shouldn't be that way. So, yeah.
Okay. And so what is the plan with it? When do you guys plan to?
So our plan, inshallah, is to have a widely available website. Obviously, having a website still means that it won't be available to, unfortunately, it won't be available to a lot of the classes that we do have Pakistan mein, who don't have access to internet and who don't have access to computers and all. But we just want to provide an area where women can know, identify the situation they're in. So well-researched top discussions about sexual abuse, domestic abuse, the kind of belittlement domestic workers at home go through,
Okay.
stuff like that, psychological issues when you're bachpan se you're told that you are worth nothing and your bhai is worth more, things like that. And I know these things aren't applicable to every single person's life, but they are applicable to
To a lot of people.
And then once they recognize that, they have at the same place, like a one-stop shop, they have access to either legal help if they want it, or therapeutic help if they need it, so that they are able to move forward from it.
Not like beyond awareness, but a solution.
Yeah, a solution to their issues, and like so that they can have a life outside of the circumstances that they are stuck in.
Okay, that's very interesting. So whose vision was this?
I think it was a joint vision. It's just started as a discussion that we often have कि like हम क्या कर सकते हैं. And once we realized कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं और उसमें क्या क्या add हो सकता है, so we just kept piling things on. And right now we're just collecting resources and a panel of people who are willing to help. So if anyone knows people or if anyone can help, please reach out to us.
Yeah, you can leave a comment or reach out to them on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, so the main reason that I got you here on was because you were diagnosed with cancer.
Yes, I was.
And then you very bravely put that up on social media and shared that journey very vulnerably. So would you like to share that story with us? How it happened? What happened?
So it's something that you never think will happen to you. आप हमेशा सोचते, दूसरों की कहानियाँ सुनते हैं और आप सोचते हो कि यार हमारे साथ तो ऐसा नहीं होगा, या ये तो दूसरों के साथ होता है. And it was a really out of nowhere random thing. Last November I was like just doing, again, I was filming a makeup video and I noticed a small lump on the side of my neck and I was like, ये क्या है? And I showed it to my dad, who's a doctor. And उन्होंने ज़िंदगी में कभी किसी बीमारी को हमारी seriously नहीं लिया. And all of a sudden he was like, okay, no, we should get that checked out. And there were so many tests that came back inconclusive and हमें समझ नहीं आ रहा था कि क्या है क्या नहीं है. But seeing the doctor's reactions and everything, I realized कि oh, it's something serious. It's most probably cancer. And then I ended up having 2 surgeries, one of which was a very big surgery, which was basically the tumor was in this area, like I forgot what it's called, sternum ke piche. Sternum ke piche. And they had to do like a 6-7 hour surgery to remove it, and then I was in the hospital for a week or so. And जब उसका result आया तो turned out, and that was just for the diagnosis, अभी treatment शुरू नहीं हुआ था. उसका result आया तो it was like this disease called Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is lymph nodes are a part of like your body. You have lymph nodes in your blood, and uska basically cancer tha. And luckily it was very treatable. So like even if you're at stage 4, there's a 70% chance that
You
you'll
will recover. Acha.
And it is one of the least intrusive types of treatment it has, that has I think kisi bhi cancer ka.
Acha.
But then I went through 6 months of chemotherapy that ended in July. So it was every 2 weeks, one entire day I would go to the hospital, get chemotherapy through drips, which is something that I had no idea कि chemotherapy में actually होता क्या है.
Acha, you didn't know.
I had no idea.
You had heard chemotherapy,
Haan.
but what is chemotherapy? Haan.
No, I thought it would be something like they would stick you under an MRI machine or something. Or uske through hogi. It's actually just getting a drip.
Yes.
The drugs are very, very strong, but it's literally just an IV. And then 2 weeks later, you'd go back, you'd do the entire thing again. And that has ended. I've gotten my final test. There will obviously be tests periodically throughout my life just to check whether it's relapsed or not. But as of right now, I am cancer free, so I'm really enjoying that.
Yay. Mashallah.
Yes,
And that happened
mashallah.
yesterday, you found.
That literally happened yesterday.
Yeah, that's amazing. Mashallah. Right. So when the diagnosis came, when you found out that you had cancer, can you like help us understand what that sort of felt like?
Honestly, because there were like 2 entire months where I was going through tests or diagnosis aa nahi raha tha. In my mind, I had believed कि अच्छा बस अब ये cancer ही है और कुछ नहीं हो सकता, because
कुछ नहीं आ रहा.
why कुछ हमें पता ही नहीं चल रहा था. It was definitely still hard because all of a sudden you're living your life and everything gets thrown off balance. I was working at a job and then I decided to quit that. I've been pretty much at home for the last 8 months, so like it's very mentally taxing. Just because every moment is like ab aage pata nahi kya hoga. For the first time in my life, I truly realized कि like हमारा किसी चीज़ पे कोई control नहीं होता. Life just happens and you have to deal with it. Because we say कि सब कुछ अल्लाह के हाथ में है, but I don't think we truly believe.
We understand the true meaning of it. I know what you mean, because this moment in my life happened for me when my father was diagnosed with cancer. And that's when like I truly understood and realized कि भाई आप जो मर्जी कर लो, life will happen. It's unpredictable. You can lose everything in a jiffy. Get anything in a jiffy. And आपका कोई control नहीं है. And that's when like I truly also realized अल्लाह मियाँ की ताकत और दुआओं की ताकत और ये सारी चीज़ें, you know, and it's life changing, obviously, experiences like this.
It definitely is. It changes your perspective about so many little things in life. It can be something as simple as that कि अब मेरे जो दिमाग में आता है मैं बोल देती हूँ. I don't believe in keeping things that bother me, especially to myself. And I especially believe कि अगर कोई अच्छी चीज़ कर रहा है तो you have to appreciate them for it. And
why keep it to yourself?
Exactly. Like the more you talk about it, the more you share your burden, the lighter you will feel, and in turn you'll encourage people to talk about their things. It's one of those things कि like आप truly कुछ कर नहीं सकते, but even छोटी चीज़ें bring you a lot of comfort. For me, it was having a good support system. I had great family, great friends who just like dealt with my worst days, because I don't think it was not my intention to portray it that way, but जो social media पे मैंने दिखाया, those were obviously days when I felt like logging on to Instagram and I felt like sharing everything, because there were days when I did not want to talk to my mother, I did not want to talk to my sisters. I was like बस जाओ सारे यहाँ पे, leave me alone in a room, and I didn't want to talk. And so people don't get to see those days.
Yes, of course.
But it's important for them to know that those days happen.
Exist.
And it's not all rainbows and flowers and sunshine.
Yeah. I mean, no matter how strong of a person you are a human. Yeah. And everybody has like their days and everything. Yeah. I saw you posted online about it. You put up a video, and very vulnerably you shared about this journey. Um, how did you feel about that? Sharing it with.
Honestly, I was very scared. I had no
Yeah.
idea what people would
Yeah,
say.
that's why I think it was very brave, because you know, like, I would be scared, you know, and you're also scared of like what people will say,
Yeah.
and you don't want to hear
And you know,
certain
honestly,
things.
you do not want to hear certain things. And
I think you don't want sympathy. Was
I
that a
think
thing?
sympathy is okay. What I don't want is pity.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I meant.
yeah.
Huh.
Because people would often be like, "Hey, तुम कितनी जवान हो? मतलब
Yeah.
अभी तो इतनी जिंदगी रहती है." And I'm
Huh.
like, मेरी मर्जी नहीं थी. I can't do anything about it.
Huh. Don't say these things.
Yeah.
Huh.
So it's very important to find the difference between the two. Be empathetic and be sympathetic as well, but
Okay.
don't like
Pity
pity
me.
the other person.
Huh.
And honestly, I feel like I have done that in my life before this point. I think we all have. Just because हमें नहीं पता होता कि कैसे deal करना है ऐसे issues के साथ. And it's one of those things where, so, like, you can't even set boundaries, because if you live in a society like ours, like we were talking, हमेशा होता कि अगला बंदा ना hurt हो जाए. मतलब, you are essentially told to put yourself last.
Yeah, and also because लोग अपनी तरफ से nice हो रहे हैं ना. They're coming from a good place,
Yeah.
but they're hurting you in the process. They don't realize that. तो उनको ये कहना बहुत मुश्किल होता है कि please ये मत बोलें. Yeah, this makes me feel bad. Right?
Yeah. And उनको ये कह भी दें तो उन्हें समझाना और भी मुश्किल होता है कि why that thing hurt you, or why is it important to phrase it a certain way, and like be careful about choosing your words.
So what are some things that you feel that people shouldn't say to people who go through similar stuff?
I would say don't comment on someone's physical appearance or things that they can't control.
Yeah.
Like, for me, losing hair was a big part of it. And when I started losing hair, though, I don't cover my hair normally. And a lot of people, like random people, close family, told me you should cover your hair. And I didn't want to. So it was a personal choice for me. And I was like, I don't want to. And it was hard for me to tell people ki, like, it's not your right to comment on the way I look.
Yeah, don't say this.
Yeah. Like, and saying things like, one thing that I got a lot was कि you're a social media person, नज़र लगी है. And by that logic, माहिरा खान को तो सबसे ज़्यादा नज़र लगनी चाहिए. माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह ना लगे. I love her. But
yeah, true.
But it's one of those things.
And the thing is that when people say this, it's like, क्या फ़ायदा इस तरह की स्टेट, because it just makes you feel like shit.
Yeah.
That's what it does, right? आपको कहते हैं तुम्हें नज़र लगी है क्योंकि तुमने सोशल मीडिया पे डाला था. It's like, okay, thank you very much. But what can I do about that? And it's just like it and also like वही बात है कि नज़र में आप बिलीव करो ना बिलीव करो, बट इट्स नॉट अ वेरी लाइक फ्लैट आउट बेसिक थिंग, क्योंकि लोगों का तो ये होता है कि बस नज़र ही लगी है. उसमें भी मैं यही कहती हूँ, यू सेड माहिरा खान, पर आई यूज्ड टू से पीपल, हाँ तो फवाद खान तो यू नो लाइक stuff like that. There's a billion people in the world putting them, and also like मैं भी कहती हूँ कि मतलब नज़र जो है क्या सिर्फ देसियों को ही लगती है, देसी कल्चर्स में ही होती है, मतलब गोरे भी होती हैं उनकी भी चीज़ें होती हैं, you know, this and that, but like you know people are like नहीं आपको तो नज़र लग गई है.
And even if अगर आपका कोई personal belief है and you truly do believe कि नज़र लगी है, you don't need to tell it to other people.
Yes.
You don't need to say कि अच्छा ये हुआ है, or you don't need to make especially their family feel like कि they could have done something different and then this wouldn't have happened.
वही बात है ना, when people say this, it makes you feel like it was your own fault.
Yeah.
You brought this upon yourself.
Yeah.
मतलब who wants to hear that? हाँ. So yeah, so you shouldn't say कि नज़र लग गई है.
You shouldn't say those things.
Yes, please take note, guys. Don't say that to people. It doesn't
The
help.
biggest thing is कोई भी, और another thing, okay, पहली बात, biggest thing is कोई भी बात बोलने से पहले सोच लिया करें, and you don't have to go prying into details. I am personally very open about it. I don't mind talking about any aspect of it. But a lot of people I know are private and they do not want to talk about it. So you don't have to ask them कि अच्छा क्या हुआ, कैसे हुआ, कब हुआ, to let them know that you're there for them.
Yeah.
You can just be there when they need you, and you can lend a supportive shoulder and be like, okay, hi, I'm here if you want to talk, without knowing the details. That's perfectly.
You can just let them know
Yeah.
that if they want to talk or share, so you're there.
Yeah.
But they don't have to like ask specific questions that that are intruding, no?
Yeah.
Sahi. So you mentioned that you lost your hair,
Yeah.
and I've seen that on your blog. You don't always wear wigs. You come as it is, right? And personally, for me, I think again that is so brave. I don't think that I would have ever been able to do that. So, how did you find it in yourself to do that? कि अच्छा नहीं मुझे cover करना है या क्या? Like, did you not? Because conventional beauty standards will not allow most women to be able to do that. Huh.
I think a big part of it was where I am at my life right now. If 2 years ago this happened, I would not have been able to do it just because of I had so many insecurities and body image issues that I couldn't deal with it. I've worked really hard to get over that. A thing that really helped me through this process was that I'm a big supporter of getting therapy. And I had done therapy for 2 years for different issues, and then I stopped because I felt like अच्छा, I'm at a point where I don't need it.
ठीक है.
All of this happened and my mental state went really bad.
ठीक है.
And I started therapy back up again. I went to a psychiatrist even, and I was like अच्छा ये मसला है वो. And so a lot of the things that I went through, I was already anticipating because of that. Hair fall was something that still hit me really hard because like as women, our identities are very tied with the way we look, and there is a pressure on us to always look beautiful, like you said. और beautiful का भी एक standard होता है.
एक version है.
Yeah. But in the beginning, I was wearing a wig pretty much all the time, but then slowly as I came to accept that this is the new normal, and that's okay, like hair isn't everything. And also kuch arsa pehle Iman Sulaiman, the model, she shaved her head and she was bald and she looked so amazing. I was like, okay, maybe I can do it too. So it just happened with time. If I pushed myself, if I wanted to make a statement out of it, तो I feel like वो वैसे ना होता. Like my main objective was making sure that I was comfortable. I think that was the thing that made it easier for me.
And you embraced it then.
And also I really enjoy wigs because I've always wanted to experiment with my hair, but I couldn't because like मुझे हमेशा से था कि बाल खराब होंगे. And then
you were able to do that.
I
Talk about glass half full.
Yeah.
Very nice. So you experimented with wigs.
So now I've decided that I'm going to have a huge wig collection that I'm just going to wear different wigs on.
How did people on social media react to you coming on social media with the hair loss?
Honestly,
and all?
people were so nice and so supportive.
That's good.
All the DMs I got, all the replies I got were like, you look so nice. And
you actually do. That's the thing. Like, you actually do.
Thank you so much. But I also think it's because
of the confidence. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Because if I was shy about it, it wouldn't look organic.
Yeah.
And generally, I have really genuinely nice supporters. On Girls Citizen Cities and on my makeup blog. इतने sweet लोग हैं और इतने sweet messages आते हैं, and I'm just like, how can you be this nice?
Like लोग दुआएं देते हैं, like, and they actually remember you.
Yeah.
I know.
And they check up on you every once in a while. They'll message and be like, hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, like they actually think about you.
Exactly.
Na?
It just goes to show that what we do, it actually matters to people. Yeah. And that's a really good feeling.
And that you're not wasting your time here. Yeah. Yeah, because that's the whole point of like blogging on social media, because you're there to connect with people and add value to them in this way or that. And if this is how they're reacting or responding, that means that you are adding value in some way
And they in turn add value to
Yeah.
your life.
Yeah, that's why they are responding this way. That's good.
Yeah, it feels really good to interact with the followers and all.
So just like, so obviously all of this entire experience, it has, obviously it brings with it some mental distress and trauma, right?
It does.
Can you share a bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. So I think there are very few things in life that don't bring mental trauma.
Yeah, for
There are
sure.
some things जो कि थोड़ा ज़्यादा एक extreme पे करती है, and this was one of those things. And especially for me, growing up, I was already dealing with depression,
Okay.
and then this piled up anxiety on top of that, and I was just like, okay, ये क्या हो रहा है? And before this experience, I knew, मतलब objectively I knew कि anxiety और depression दो अलग चीज़ें होती हैं, but I truly did not know how different they are. So it was trauma in the little things, like sometimes जो एक surgical mask की smell होती है, that most people probably won't even notice, that triggered me, because the only time I was leaving my house was to go to the hospital, and I was wearing a mask. Matlab things like medical grade cleaners, those were triggering those things. And it was just hard to realize that outside of this trauma, other things can happen too.
Okay.
And I think one of the things that we really don't focus on is that mental trauma for patients in any disease, and also for their families, because they have to, you watching someone you love go through something
Yes.
that big is very, very difficult. You must know about that.
I can relate to that so well.
Yeah.
हाँ.
And uske upar se, I was never dealing with the public. I was not dealing with dur ke rishtedar. I was not dealing with anyone like that. My family was. So they all मतलब like एक वो trauma भी एक अलग के, I felt kind of guilty putting them through that. And then I had to come to terms with कि अच्छा नहीं, it's not my fault, and they don't resent me for that. They just want me to get better. That was also a big part of realizing कि, you know, होता है. You have to accept things, and you have to change your life and change your mindset according to that. And it's a lot easier to say than it is to do. These things don't happen in a day. They take months and years sometimes. And I don't think I'm fully at a place where I'm like 100% okay with it. But I am getting there. And that journey, even though it's hard, it's very rewarding.
Definitely. No, I get it so much. The thing is that with these diseases and conditions like this, there are so many layers. It's not just a patient and their diagnosis and their treatment.
Yeah.
The family bit, the feeling guilty and bad for each other,
Yeah.
and trying to compensate, like अपना mood सही रखना ताकि अगले का mood सही रहे, and all of that is a lot to deal with. Mentally, it's a lot to deal with. And the trauma associated as well. Like I know जिधर मेरे अबू का hospital था और जो hospital था, एक तो hospitals में जाना ही like मेरे लिए it's traumatic, you know, because of that experience. फिर उस हॉस्पिटल में तो आई कांट इवन स्टेप इन देयर, उस रोड पे, उस जगह पे, उस टाइम पे हम जिस जगह में रह रहे थे, ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स, इट वॉज अ मैटर ऑफ 4 months एंड देन ही पास्ड अवे. सो it's a lot to deal with.
It is.
As a family and as that person, and I think जो वो इंसान होता है उसको भी पता होता है what my family is dealing with because of this. So it's just, I think it's very difficult for them to be like, oh, मतलब it's causing so much hurt and pain to my family to see me go through this.
Yeah, so like you were saying, it's like, you peel off one layer and then another comes on top, right?
Yeah, it's just, there's just so much to it. And like people who haven't been through this, it's not something that they can ever understand.
No, it's
you know?
not. And the thing is, you want other people to realize how bad it is, but you would never wish it upon anyone.
Yes, of course, no.
You, matlab, like, even if you really, really, really
Hated
hate
them,
someone, you would not
won't.
wish it upon anyone.
No, you won't. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It is.
Yeah. And like there's the medical aspect and the emotional aspect, and I feel like it completely changes your life too, na, in the sense that I'm sure, I mean, I don't know actually, I can't say that, but I want to know from you, what were the hindrances that this may have brought in your life otherwise,
I think because of
work wise or life,
yeah.
other quality of life or as such.
I think the biggest thing that happened was all of this happened while the whole COVID situation was going on.
Okay.
So you were sort of detached from reality and from the social aspect of it, because as humans we are social creatures. We need others, whether in form of like friends or colleagues or work. We need something to stimulate us, and being at home for what 7-8 months, even though मैं बीच में निकल जाती होती थी, was very difficult for me, just because it's something you crave and you know you can't have. और जब आपको पता हो कि एक चीज़ नहीं मिल सकती तो उसकी और तलब होती है. And then work is something I could not do just because I did not have the energy to go through like a 3-4 hour shoot. I didn't have the energy to change multiple outfits and to sit and talk to people and do all of that stuff. And it's something that I really enjoy and I love. So I missed that. I felt like I was missing a part of life. And you see the rest of the world moving on and you feel
doing
left
it.
behind. And it's just like very isolating that even the people closest to you, आप उनको समझा नहीं सकते कि ये क्यों हो रहा है, ये कैसे हो रहा है, मुझे क्या फील हो रहा है. That was tough.
Yeah. And like, it's just the word you used, isolating. It's just that no matter how much support you have or people you have, you are going through it alone. Because nobody will get the exact thing, right? Yeah. That's what I thought. Because जो बहुत छोटी छोटी hindrances होती हैं, जो चीज़ें आप नहीं कर सकते, वो किसी और को शायद नज़र भी नहीं आ रही होती कि आप वो नहीं कर पा रहे हो, बट वो आपको पता होता है. बिकॉज आई फील लाइक कि देयर इज़ नॉट जस्ट, मतलब फिजिकल बैरियर्स ना भी हो, मेंटल बैरियर्स बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाते हैं. सो इवन इफ़ यू वांट टू और सीम fully capable of doing certain things, your mind will just not allow you to do those things simply because of the state that you're in.
And especially if you're a very independent person, like someone who's used to doing all their things by themselves, just the fact that I couldn't go to the washroom by myself, because what if I got dizzy and if I was throwing up, that was, nausea is a very real thing that happens through all of
because
this.
of chemo.
Yeah, because of chemo. So matlab, like, it annoyed me कि why do I need to have someone sleeping with me when all my life I've slept alone and that's what I'm used to.
Why do I have these dependencies?
Exactly. Why do I need to depend on someone? That was difficult. And
how did you feel yesterday when the report came?
Honestly, I don't think it has sunk in. I don't think I've believed it as of yet.
How long was this? The whole...
This was 8 months. 8-9 months. So I'm very, very grateful and I'm very thankful. Like, honestly, like you said, the power of Allah and du'aein, I feel like that's what made it happen. But I still have that voice at the back of my mind that's like, what if it happens again? What if it comes back to you? But then you have to remind yourself कि होने को तो किसी को कुछ भी हो सकता है.
कुछ भी हो सकता है. किसी को भी.
Exactly.
It's a very natural fear to have as well. But then what you're saying to counter that is very valid also. No, it's, I knew someone, a family, और उनकी बेटी को कैंसर हो गया था. And that, like it wasn't a a very treatable form as well, so they were really constantly worried about her life and her treatment and her health, and the treatment was going on and she recovered and everything, and a month later their son died suddenly. So like, it's just किसी को कुछ भी हो सकता है. Obviously the entire time they've been worried about that daughter जिसको कैंसर है, because that's like obvious in the face कि something could happen, जिसका वो सोच भी नहीं सकते थे. उसके साथ इस तरह हुआ. So I mean, it's just extremely unpredictable. She recovered, she got better. She's still fine, but
Lost her brother.
she lost her brother. So
That's
it's just
difficult.
you can't say, you can't know.
There's this phrase that I think it's actually a scientific phrase, but like I heard it in a TV show a while ago, which was like life is never steady. There's always regression to the mean. So like no matter how
Yeah.
good things are or no matter how bad things are, darmiyan mein aake milega. And that really helped me through. And then you just have to remind yourself that this is temporary. It will pass.
It will pass. Yeah, that's true. Everything will pass because the weirdest thing about this world is that it keeps going.
Yeah.
Like
Doesn't
life
stop for
moves on.
anyone.
It doesn't stop for anyone. It doesn't stop for you. आपका जो कुछ भी हो जाए ना, जो मर्जी हो जाए आपके साथ, दुनिया चलती रहती
दुनिया
है.
चलती रहेगी.
चलती रहेगी. And whatever happens to you, like it will pass and like your life will continue. Obviously it leaves whatever it has to leave behind inside of you, but the world moves on.
And eventually you also have to move on.
You have
because
to
if
move on.
want to live in this world, you have to be in line with where it's going. Matlab, you can't shut yourself and be completely in your own bubble. That's just not possible.
So, if I was to ask you that, what are some of the biggest life lessons you've learned from this entire experience? What would you say? You can take your time to think about it.
I would first of all say that being I don't have the exact word for it, but being constantly wary of what can happen and thinking about the what ifs and just contemplating things is absolutely no use because जो होना होता है वो हो जाता है और आपको पता भी नहीं चलता. I would tell people that there's a lot of power in your words. And you can heal and you can hurt a lot of people with them. So you have, like, it's the most common weapon we have and we don't even realize that it's a weapon. So you have to be very considerate and you have to realize what you're doing and what you're saying. You have to be aware of that. And most importantly, you have to realize that life is a journey. You can't just stop at one point and say, okay, bas, meri paas ho gaya. Because there were days when I was like, यार ये क्यों हो रहा है अभी ख़त्म क्यों नहीं होता like either this way or that way that might have been too dark for people but that's the reality like या तो ठीक हूँ या फिर ना ठीक हूँ बस ख़त्म हो but you just have to follow where it takes you
वो क्या कहते हैं, trust the process.
Trust the
And
process.
everything is a process and like you have to be patient about it.
That was very difficult for me. I'm not a patient person.
I think, yeah, but like it would be difficult for anyone though. It's a difficult thing.
It's a difficult thing.
And does it now feel like कि ये हुआ है, like this thing happened and you dealt with it, or like does it feel very unreal?
No, I think it definitely feels like it happened. Like I said, मैंने बहुत शुरू में accept कर लिया था कि this is what's happening. कि मैं बीमार हूँ and that's how what the next chunk of my life is going to be like. Obviously, it's different for everyone. I know people who end their treatment and they don't accept it and they're like, अभी तक हमें नहीं समझ आई. But for me, I realized that it happened. And it was a really difficult thing, but I also realized that it brought a lot of, it's a very weird thing to say, but it brought a lot of value in my life. Like it changed me as a person and I think that's a good thing. Like you get nowhere without change.
Right.
So if this was a medium for that, then as much as I hate it,
it made you stronger, or it grew you in a lot of ways.
And it sounds kind of like cocky to say, but at the end of the day, I'm proud of myself because I came out of it.
You should be proud of yourself, definitely. And especially because of the way that you just dealt with the whole thing. It's just something that you should be proud of. That's why you're here, because because I feel I'm very proud of the way that you did this, you know. That's why you're here. And I'm sure that everybody, and I'm not just saying this, me guest, तो मुझे बोला No. Everybody who's listening, I'm sure 100% that they feel the same way. So yeah, I think जहाँ आपने पिटी की बात की थी कि लोगों से नहीं होती, कि लोगों को नहीं इस तरह करना चाहिए. आई थिंक सेल्फ पिटी भी एक बहुत बड़ी चीज़ होती है, जो मुझे एटलीस्ट इन दिस इंटायर कॉन्वर्सेशन एंड एवरी थिंग दैट आई सॉ ऑनलाइन, बट आई मीन एवरी थिंग यू सी ऑनलाइन इज़ नॉट ऑल्सो द रियलिटी, बट मुझे इस तरह एट एनी पॉइंट नहीं फील हुआ दैट यू वर in a state of self-pity or you wanted that sort of attention,
Yeah.
you know.
I sometimes feel like the fact that I put it out on social media, somewhere at the back of my mind, maybe I did want that attention, but then I remind myself that my entire purpose of putting it on social media was not to focus on me, but was to let other people know that these things are normal, they're a part of life, and you should know how to deal with them. So that was my entire purpose. My purpose was never to tell my story, it was just to add to a greater narrative.
Yeah. And also, like, I just feel like whether matlab, not everything has to have a purpose. It was a reality, so you
Yeah.
put it out there.
Yeah.
You know,
And
like,
it would have been very dishonest to hide it.
yes, you can't just be like nahi hai aise.
Sorry.
You know. I mean, obviously if somebody doesn't want to share, that's their prerogative as well, but if it's a reality, that doesn't mean that if you sort of putting out a reality there or an emotion there or any sort of thing out there, it's not always a call for attention.
Yeah.
Sometimes things are just raw
Yeah.
and real, you know.
Definitely,
And if that is something that gets attention, doesn't mean that it was done for the sake of attention. मुझे बहुत अजीब लगता है जब कोई बहुत ऑनलाइन जो है रॉ, रियल या वल्नरेबल होता है और लोग उसको कहते हैं कि वो अटेंशन सीकिंग कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज एंड देन पीपल डिमांड रॉ, रियल एंड वल्नरेबल, एंड दिस इज लाइक स्टॉप प्रिटेंडिंग. सो like when people are raw and real, they call it attention seeking, and when they're not raw and real, they call them fake.
It's one of those things where people will never truly be happy
Yeah.
with what you're saying.
Yeah.
They'll just want कि नहीं इसका opposite भी तो है ना.
हाँ.
And obviously in everything we say and we put out, we realize that our perspective is not the only perspective.
Yeah,
There
true.
are other aspects to everything. Like you said, there are people who don't want to share their lives online, and that is perfectly fine, and the trauma they go through, that's very valid.
But just because somebody is doing it doesn't mean that they are attention seeking. Yeah, like to each their own, right?
Exactly.
हाँ.
Because everyone's experience is very different.
It's not so black and white कि अगर मैं नहीं करूँगी तो अगला बंदा
वो
अगर
भी
कर रहा है
मेरे
तो
जैसा
उसकी
ही है.
इंटेंशन ये है.
Exactly.
Then that probably means, like, मुझे इस तरह होता है that when people judge people for the way they do certain things, it just shows more about them कि if they were going to do this,
It would be
it would be for this. हाँ. So you know, that's how people see other people, how they would see themselves.
Because you project your own ideas and your own issues on other people.
Yes.
That's a very human thing to do.
Yes. But again, it's not so. So you really have to disassociate yourself
Yeah.
before you make these opinions. Disassociate yourself from it and then make that opinion. Huh?
And you also have to realize that you, no matter how transparent and raw and honest a person is, you're never getting like the complete picture.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
I want to say that there are a lot of serious things that happen in life, but life is not all that serious. At the end of the day, as long as you enjoy who you are, the people you're with, and your life, you just be happy and content with your life, and things sort themselves out.
Thank you so much, Sumaya, for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so
And
much fun.
for sharing so much with us, for being so honest and so inspirational. You are so much younger than I am, but you have, I think, because of your experience and all, you have so much that people can learn from and take inspiration from. So I wish you all the best in life in future. I hope that you do great things. Your blog is already wonderful, and I hope that you get more and more, and all the ambitions and plans that you have, may you achieve all of them.
Thank you so
Inshallah.
much. Thank you. It means a lot to hear it from someone like you who has achieved so much that I want to achieve.
Thank you. Which is why, like, I believe that, you know, you can as well. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Happy Chirp. I'm sure that you guys thoroughly enjoyed this conversation and also learned so much from it, because I personally did. I love my podcast. Not blowing my own horn or anything, but I love my podcast because it has given me the opportunity to meet such wonderful people like Sumaya, who are willing to come here and talk to us about all of this. Because to be honest, real life में इतना आपको मौका मिलता ही नहीं है, especially after COVID. You just don't meet enough people, right? But this platform helps me do that, and in turn I hope that it helps you do that, because you get an insight into the lives of so many people and the things they've done. So thank you so much again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Allah Hafiz.